for the first time on U.S. soil, Bernadette the Musical.
The story of Bernadette the calls to things that are very, very deep into our nature. It's about where you can find strength.
She speaks to this day and age. There's a feistiness, a strength, a youthfulness that people today hunger to know.
It's a great, great story. Everything which is in the show is in the Vatican archives. And a good musical is a good musical. And that's, I think, would succeed.
I think the interesting thing about a musical like this is that it's had lives before this current incarnation. It's been to Rome with Italian audiences and an Italian cast.
Arriverà anche in Italia Bernadette di Lourdes, lo spettacolare musical francese dedicato a...
It's been to France, of course, with French audiences and a French cast.
Super émouvant, super mise en scène. Ça fait un petit peu pleurer.
Then people heard about the show, and we had reviews in big newspaper in France, and then the Los Angeles Times to say, you know what? The people were entertained, they were touched. That show is pretty good.
And then last year we went to the Indianapolis Eucharistic Congress to perform 30 minutes in front of an audience of 40,000 people. Everybody stand up at the end. So for me, it's pretty clear that people want to see that.
And now we're bringing it to the United States, to Broadway, with a mixed cast of Canadians, French Canadians, and of course Americans. My job as a casting director is to find actors who tell a story from their heart, from their mind, and from a sense of truth and honesty. So what does that mean specifically to Bernadette? Well,
Courage, their willingness to bring to the, in the world of entertainment, to the mass market at a very ambitious scale, something that we have in our Catholic heritage, beautiful saints that you can share with absolutely anybody.
People who are not believers came to see the show. And it was like that the show had a reputation. If you're a believer, you love it because you love Bernadette's story. If you're not a believer, it's interesting to see how all that happened.
The story of St. Bernadette is something beautiful. There's so many details, but just the young girl going to pick up firewood in a cave where they fed pigs and dumped trash. For her to see Our Lady, and people are doubting her and they're following her, and then it continues, but it isn't until March 25th, the feast of the Annunciation, that Our Lady puts out her arms and tells her, I am the Immaculate Conception. And St. Bernadette has no idea what this means. She wasn't well educated. She had to go work as a shepherdess in the fields, and yet it just changes her life. And it was in large part because she believed the message of the Lord's.
The challenge that we get adapting Bernadette's story to the North American market was about the adaptation of the script itself and the songs.
It's the tension in the music. It's the storytelling in the music, which you don't have in France. They do musical show, 20 ballads, songs. So when they said we want to go to the city, they said we have to make change. Even if it was a huge success in France, it was done the French way.
So we don't change the story, of course. Today, we are not done with adapting the show simply because, for instance, we're casting. And that creates like a lot of opportunities to actually refine the characters.
we're still in this great stage right now of trying to figure it out, the right person for the roles. But I'm looking for more than a great voice. If the audience don't understand and relate to these characters,
voices in my head, they scream and they shout.
then it's game over.
Your name's Jennifer, right? Yeah, Lucia. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Beautiful. My name is Jessie Macbeth. I am auditioning for Louise, who's Bernadette's mother.
Everyone, let's welcome back to the room Jessie.
What I really liked about Louise, well, first of all, I've played a lot of religious moms, actually. I find a lot of comfort in the structure and the undeniability of their faith, about not even what they believe in, but what they believe the family should uphold.
Child, you can tell me that you don't care. The way the people stop and stare.
Louise has to keep everyone's lives running on top of her own. And when Bernadette starts seeing these visions, she's like, you're going to make it harder for your father to get work. We won't be able to keep food on the table.
What's that story that you're telling? Your sister.
I really love working on pieces that have a spiritual background to it. I think there's a different level of meaning to it, and I think it also brings a different type of connection to the audience, especially since it's a true story.
Thank you very much, Jessie.
Beautiful voice. Thank you so much.
In terms of difficulty of casting these roles, across the board, it's just a plain, hard musical to cast. Why? You're telling a real person's story, so you don't want to take too many liberties. You also, too, have to avoid the pitfalls of a musical like this. If it's treated as a pageant, the Saint Bernadette, well, it's sort of game over, because then there's nowhere to go. You have to think deeper than that. Who was this young girl? The same thing with other characters in the show.
I don't want to think about her anymore. I will die.
My name is Chad Harris, and I'm auditioning for Commissioner Jacquemet. We see in stories, and specifically in Bernadette's case, like, there's something that is just mystical that you know is true, that is exactly why Bernadette is saying, like, I'm going to go to the grotto. I don't care if you throw me in jail, this is where I'm going, and that resilience is powerful to anybody.
Did you know all along? Do you believe you are right?
Yeah.
Poor St. Bernadette, what she had to deal with in her own lifetime. Her childhood asthma, which was intense, the digestive issues she had, almost died of cholera. She dealt with tuberculosis, terrible tumor in the knee, and then is ridiculed because of the message of the Lord's. So she knew pain, and yet she's faithful to Our Lady's call to see her 15 times and to come back.
Oh, so you didn't see anything?
Yes, I saw something.
So what did you see?
Quiero something.
Is it something or someone?
So are you still in college, or are you just...
No, I actually left college.
Oh, okay.
Because, I don't know,
Small world. Everyone that.
school's not really for me. But,
Great. See you, then Jennifer.
If I remember well, you did the Jacquemet thing last time. Okay, let's try it again.
the director is very, very enthusiastic.
Trying to imitate a man's voice.
Okay. For me, I was kind of taking a break from theater to work on like my mental health, and then I started trying to rediscover my love because I really did lose it. And then I started doing these auditions and being in that room.
Great. We'll do it again.
Really brought back that spark.
Try to do a little bit of...
Prison is not the place to be.
This already is the farthest I've ever come. I want to be able to tell this story and discover these characters and this hope.
Saint Bernadette speaks today as she spoke to the mid-19th century because it's a real triumph of a young girl that's been given a tremendous task. And from the grace of God working through her, the Lord's love comes through loudly and clearly. It's about the love of a mother coming down in a sort of desperate world to an insignificant girl and making her one of the beacons of light for the world.
working in New York City, you see great talent across the board. The vocal demands, though, of Bernadette are really tricky.
Jennifer, are you ready to do it?
Okay.
The most difficult role to cast is Bernadette, because she's 13 years old, graceful, still, normal girl. Good, can we try something? Even if she sings Why Me, she's questioning the thing, but she's not anxious. She wanna know. She has a depth that a 13 years old girl doesn't have. She has ecstasy in front of that grotto.
I don't tell anyone to go there. Oh yes, you're quite happy to be the center of attention. No, I'm tired of it. Well, if you're tired of it, just admit you didn't see anything. But I did see.
For me, there is a similarity in between Fate and what you get on stage, because they bring us to something bigger than us.
Great, thank you very much.
Here in Bernadette, that is really Bernadette herself that illuminates that grace in a sense.
So it's pretty difficult to cast and pretty difficult to direct the young girls who has to play that part.
Okay, here she comes.
Is it Caroline or Caroline?
Caroline.
Caroline. What I was looking for, not easy to find. So we didn't find 27 Bernadette, but I just need one. Lumineuse.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear me? It was great. It was exactly what I was asking you. Thank you.
We just finished with the final recall of the casting here in New York.
You're playing Juliet right now. Yeah, that makes sense, I would say. I did talk to Duncans to see what I'm looking for. He has to find who is my family, who's my team. I have to say he did a pretty good job.
For me, I don't go into it like, or any show, yeah, we have our lead. I'm like, what's our backup plan? Assuming this all goes well, we'll have 5 or 6 Bernadettes understudies, for sure, who have to be as good as that lead role. So I don't know how it's going to work out.
For the role of Bernadette, a theme that would regularly come back was to keep it like a French touch in the dialogues. We thought a French actor for Bernadette would help that.
Originally born here, live in South Carolina.
I hear the American accent. I'm like, how is that all?
Yeah, I have American and Quebecois.
T'as préparé la mer? Don't take it. Prends-le pas mal. J'arrête souvent au milieu de la chanson.
But the interesting thing about Bernadette, right, and all these characters are, you don't want one size fits all. Other actors can come in and do the same role but bring different life, spontaneity, and experience.
I'm not special at all. I was born without fear of ever being someone. So tell me why.
At the end, because I'm the director, I have the final say. We have the perfect Bernadette in France, and we have an American girl right now.
So why choose me?
But what is your vision? The perfect Bernadette. Am I right? Am I wrong?
The decision to keep Emma for the role of Bernadette wasn't taken like overnight. It was like a progressive realization that it was the right thing to do.
She's been there since the beginning and she's wonderful. She has the grace to perform Bernadette, Everybody needs to see her.
I am actually co-producing this show with Kelsey Grammer, and he loved the character of Bernadette. The feedback from Kelsey, the feedback from many, many other people to whom we've shown the French piece was always consistent about the quality of her acting, of her singing, and the quality really of her impersonation of the little saint.
My name is Emma. I started to play the role of Bernadette since I was 15 years old, and now I'm 23. C'est une personne emblématique qui livre un message universel et je veux vraiment transmettre le message un maximum au public. I can't wait to meet the other cast because en France, les performances sont... Enfin, je sais pas comment expliquer, mais je pense que oui, c'est vraiment totalement différent. But let's go.
So Emma will be performing Bernadette, but for the rest of the cast, for sure we are going to recast to fit with the North American market.
Working on Bernadette has been a real gift. And when I searched for what that gift truly is, camaraderie, collaboration, I'm also working on a spiritual story that has opened my eyes to what faith means and audiences means and what gift are you going to take away upon seeing Bernadette.
Honestly, most audition rooms are not like this one.
I saw. What did you see? Say it again in front of your father. What did you see?
Merci beaucoup. Merci.
I feel like the people who connected to that story are already warm people and like they want to connect.
Oui. Quel professionnel.
As I was exposed to this story, it brought a lot of questioning about spirituality.
When you're down on your knees and your back's to the wall.
This is not something you feel every time you're doing an audition. It's just focusing on the role.
I was not familiar with the Bernadette story. Religiously, I feel like people don't want to put this in shows because, well, what will people think? And I find this very nice to just go for it.
Come to your senses, defenses are not the way to go.
Each shows I'm doing, I question myself with how it affects me, and it would be nice to get to know more the story and what it's like for me then if it happens.
It's a religious story, which is still historical, right? And so this show in particular it's a meaningful story.
You came here to go to the grotto? No, we came here to see you.
Even if you're not religious, I feel like you can take a lot out of it.
You were dreaming.
No, I was fully awake.
No, you thought you saw something.
But sir,
Like I'm atheist, but I'm an actor because I want to tell stories, beautiful stories that will inspire, you know.
We want to create a show that is really for everybody, very universal. And who is our example? It's actually Bernadette, who says, I'm not here to convince you, I'm here to tell you.
My name is Clara Martel-Laroche.
I was here yesterday. I was auditioning for a leading choir role. And then they asked me to prepare another song for today. So yeah, it was a big 24 hours.
I wash it, scrub it, keep it clean, it's every day, and in between I'm looking after all of you. Your sisters, brothers, all I do is work, and yet I'm never done. Look at what my life's become, it's not fair, it's just a nightmare.
complique ma vie. C'était super. C'était vraiment super.
The tour is very exciting. It would be like the biggest tour I've ever done, but I'm so grateful for this audition process. I know I had a great experience. People were very, very encouraging, and whatever happens. Yeah.
Hello, we have Charlotte coming in. Welcome, Charlotte.
If the casting panel asked you, why do you deserve this role, what would you say?
Why do I deserve the role?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to deserve it. I would want to serve it. You know, I don't want to have it as a competition between others. I want to be the better pick for it if I have it.
In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be.
I want to be the one who gets to tell the story. I don't know what I would say, actually.
That was a great line.
Good.
It's so fascinating to do my job. I love it, the process, the journey. What will we learn, all of us artists, all together? Very good. You came for the cousins. If ever there is something in the ensemble, would you be interested or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
I'm not saying you don't have the cousin, by the way.
I
Keep your options open. Yes, exactly. Merci beaucoup.
Bonne journée.
Meeting new artists. That's why I love about being a director. You meet people, you choose the people you want to work with, and then you hope that you work so well that the audience will receive all the work we put together.
We've just finished auditions. We'll send all of those tapes that we had recorded from auditions to the creative team so that they can also review and then make their decisions based off of that. I love that part so much, to be able to call someone and be like, hey, do you want to go on a national tour? Do you want to make your Broadway debut? Boom.
I think, Bernadette, with the people that are in it, I have the feeling that we're doing something greater than us, but it's bringing hope for the people that will see the show.
Every character in the show you can hang on to. Every character, if you have an open mind and an open heart, you can see exactly from the various different perspectives that they come from. I'm 100% committed to this piece, and I love the story that we're all trying to get together and tell correctly and with humanity.
I didn't know 10 years ago that we will have that success. So now to do musical in the States, I'm really, really excited.
I hope those that see this play about St. Bernadette come to know her, fall in love with her, are led by St. Bernadette to a joy that will transcend even, just the joy of watching a great play. In addition to hearts being lifted up by music, hearts being lifted up to the truth, to our God who loves us with an infinite love.